So you probably clicked on this video just to see if this bike was worth it. Well, let me tell you something. This bike has not been too bad. If you haven't seen my first video on how I got it, you guys should definitely go check it out, because I tell the story about how I got it delivered. Most of you, whoever have gotten a bike like this, or a 230 or a 150 or any bike from Orion Power Sports, you know that it's supposed to be on a pallet, chalked up, all strapped down, you know, plastic wrapped, the whole 9 yards. So mine didn't come like that. It actually fell. It was just strapped inside of a box truck, just the way it is as you see it, and it was messed up. The shift lever was like curling under the engine. So if you haven't looked at that video, definitely go check that out to see if this bike is worth it. I know at this point where this video is coming out, this bike is over a year old now. The 2021 model has just come out. It's not a bad bike. The 2021 is definitely better in some aspects of it, because they definitely upgraded. The way it sits right now, as you guys know, I cut off the engine plate mount because I use this more for dirt. I don't really, I mean, I put it on the road sometimes, but I'm usually more for off-road use. This is just a hat for whenever I go out. It just stays there. So let's take a look at the bike. I put a couple stickers on it. She looks all right. I don't clean it up as much as I should, but we could definitely start with the rims. I've already bent the rims a couple times. One here, on the other side. Where is it? Right over there, just a little bit. But from hard trail riding, and honestly, I take this bike everywhere I go, from smooth dirt to bumpy trails, rocks, everything. As long as I can get through it, it'll go through it. Everything else about the bike and how it's been running is not too bad. It backfired a whole lot. I bought a copper ring that somebody suggested to me off of an Orion group off of Facebook. So I put that in. It helped it out a little bit. It has a little bit of backfire towards the end as it's dying down off of the gas. The mirrors do not hold up. I don't know what it was, the glue or what it was, because this one is gone, as you see. This one's still holding on. It has started to fall at some point, and I pressed it back in and it stayed. I also got a throttle body from Orion's website, so that was, I'm not sure if it was really worth it, to be honest with you. It feels like it does the same. It just looks a little bit cooler, but I don't think it does anything crazy. My brake lever broke from trying to do a wheelie, but I kept it because it's fine, and I gave it a little sanding so it wasn't sharp, but it's just a shorty lever now. I don't mind it, to be honest. As you can see, I switched out the handlebars. The other one were just, I don't know, I wasn't liking it. So, and I had this one laying around. It's not like I went and bought this one. I had this one laying around from an old pit bike I used to have. I also put a voltage meter on here to know the voltage on it, and it also has 2 USB connections, so I can charge my phone, plug in whatever I need. Right now it's sitting at 13.3 because the bike is off. One main thing, the blinkers and the headlight just stopped working. I checked all the wiring, I looked at everything. I could not figure it out. When I put on the blinker up on here, like turn it on, it'll do this slow blink. It doesn't do the regular blink as if it was on, so it does this slow blink and it doesn't work. The headlights don't work at all. Nothing. So that's another reason why I also just use it for the dirt. The lights are gone. I'm gonna end up getting a new headlight, whether it's an LED light that goes straight to the battery, but I'm gonna end up upgrading it. Somehow. The tires have been doing pretty decent. The front ones are still good. They don't get beat too much. The back ones a little bit. Yeah, I've done some burnouts on the dirt and on the pavement, on wet pavement, so it is a little bit, eaten up, but it ain't too bad. The front forks are definitely not the best. They have been getting stuck now and then. I don't know too much about it, whether it needs to be cleaned up or just redone. There was reflectors on both sides. One of them fell off, so I just took the other one off because it just didn't look right with one on. Not only that, a while back I was on my buddy's track, and one of the guide bolts for the steering mount here broke off when I fell. I guess it fell and it snapped to the left and came right off. So it doesn't do anything bad. The only thing that happens is when I turn left too hard over here, it starts to hit the you know, the fake radiator way or whatever. So, but that's about it. But I don't really ever turn it that hard to the left. I'm at 708 miles. I just did an oil change at 600. I've been doing an oil change every 300. So I did the first one at 300, second one at 600, so on and so forth. I put these straps on just to hold anything or whatever it is, but now it's actually been the main reason to hold this thing in, because it's not bolted up to anything over there. I lost the bolts. I think they came out. I'm not sure what happened. And I also had zip ties inside here, but they didn't work out. So it's holding up now. It's actually in there pretty well. It's really not going to go anywhere. Also, the bolt that's holding the brake frame and the seat holds both of them. So it's in there. It's a good looking bike. Personally, from my experience, I think this is a beginner bike if you're just starting to get into trail riding or just wanting to get around, but you want something, you know, that's the size of a 250. I'm about 5'7", 5'8", so this has me forward. So I'm either one leg off and one leg on the, you know, 1 foot on the foot peg. So it's not a super huge bike compared to other 250s. Like I said, I'm 5'7", 5'8", so it sits well. Plus you can play with the shock, so I kind of have it at a low mid-range in the back, and in the front I kind of have it a little higher, only because when I'm hitting the jumps it just makes it pop off a little bit more. The brakes on it are still pretty good. Front brakes are still pretty good. Everything about it, how it runs and whatnot, is still good. It's just that now and then something is coming off or it's starting to fall apart. The plastics over here were the first one to go. The bolt right here, right here, you can't really see it behind the radiator fin over here, but that bolt came out while I was riding, and the plastic was just flapping around, so I had to drive back home. Couldn't really find a bolt that fit in there the best, but you already know zip ties get the job done, so I put a couple in there. About 3 weeks later, this plastic you could actually see in my other video where I said the RXB was falling apart. That one just came off towards the end of my ride, so then again I brought zip ties for it, so it's been holding up. Like I said, I think it's a great beginner bike if you're just trying to get into it. If you want to get it on the road, you definitely get everything for it, so you can put it on the road. I just haven't yet. This bike ain't bad for the price of what it is. When you can get it fully built, sent to your door, it's not bad at all. It's a perfect beginner bike. It really does a little bit of everything. Not as good as any like name brand bike, but it does basically everything. It is a jack of all trades type of bike. It does everything. I've gone through everything between water, rocky trails, smooth trails, big rocks, anything, you name it. If I can get through it, I ride through it with this thing. So this bike is definitely good for a beginner. Even if you have other bikes and you want to try something new, something that, you know, is a little bit cheaper for you, and you don't mind beating it around, this is not a bad deal right here. Not at all. This bike is pretty capable of doing a lot of things. This is a small trail, small kind of track here. To be honest, it's better for pit bikes and four-wheelers. So she starts right up. Ain't a bad setup. You know, she's definitely a nice bike. If you're just getting into the bike life community and you want to try something like this because it's a little bit cheaper and it's basically brand new, it's not bad at all. And it is fun to customize. As you see, I put, you know, an old handlebar I had, voltage meter, new clutch lever. I'm gonna end up having to get new mirrors because these are just terrible. So we're gonna go around the track a little bit and show you what this bike can do. Definitely nice for trails. I can give it that. Ooh, kind of drifted on that. Yeah, I can't really open this bike up on this track. And it rained earlier, so everything's kind of moist too. And remember, this isn't a track bike. This is enduro all the way. Like I said, this thing is a jack of all trades bike. It will do anything you want. Oh. Third gear. You don't want to stop. In my opinion, if you like this bike and it works for what you want to ride for, this bike is 100% worth it. Yes, it has its faults. Couple nuts, couple screws missing here and there, whatever it is. Plastics get loosened up. Things got to get played with. It is what it is, but for the price and what it can get you and where it can get you to, you can't really complain too much. I'm Rowdy DB. I appreciate y'all watching my video. Go click on the link down there, and I appreciate it. I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace out.